Truck and Trail Adventures with Wally Dallenbach. Presented by Cooper Tires. Confidence, performance, mileage. Don't give up a thing. Matthew Solo Cam. Catch us if you can. Bushnell. Magnify Life. Thompson Center Arms. Take your best shot. Hornady. Our reputation rides on every shot. And Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
Mwagoze pangu pimaga pala munga nkwionaga kuoneka hapa ngati muzangamu kuoneka hapa tabo ave mudiviri ewe diviri la diviri.
It sounds to me like there's a lot of BS going on. This week I'm hunting with Safrique Outfitters in the Niassa Reserve of Mozambique. The area I'm in is called L1 Block, and I'm hunting with PH Paul Davies, and we're after the leopard. This is bait number 2. It's called Finger Mountain. That right there is what they call Finger Mountain. We're about 8 miles the way the crow flies to camp.
8 miles?
About 2-hour drive. No, I'm sorry, 17 miles.
Yeah.
8 miles to the anti-poaching camp.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Mozambique, where a great leopard just hit our bait.
He's looking at us, don't move. He's looking at us, don't move.
Did you not want me to shoot him?
I shot him, but I said, don't, he's looking, don't move. Because when he's going to start to feed, then I was going to...
Young man, I'm going to be back having a cocktail by 9 o'clock.
But he was looking at us. He saw.
I know.
It looks like a male. I mean, I was busy looking. I didn't even, because I had it just like this. You know what I mean? He didn't start feeding.
If that's not a male, it's a huge female.
Yeah. Who saw it?
I saw it very well on my scope.
Where did you hit it? Because
I hit it in his back leg.
I know, because I've got some fun now.
I did hit him. Well, didn't I? I think so. Well, let's look.
Where did you? Seriously, Jackson Stride, where did you put it?
Right in the shoulder. Here, take a look at this. Now, we had another camera with us. We just hid it under the tree, pointed up at the bait. It was pretty cool because it was unmanned and we just turned on the record and let her rip. We had 4 hours worth of battery life, so we figured, hey, if he comes in before the batteries die, we will have a great second angle. And it's great when a plan comes together. It looks big to me. Huh? It looks like a big cat to me. Right here. You see it?
The cat?
Right here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at something before I even look there.
When you were sitting there going, oh, I think might be a female, I said, that is the biggest female. When I saw that thing in the scope, I'm like, that's a lioness. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. That was fun. Good. That made up for last night, 12 hours in the blind. Welcome to TNT. I'm Wally Dellenbach. Well, I'm here in beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. We're on a brown bear hunt. We're actually headed to Dillingham, which is 300 miles southwest of here. Now, this trip actually started for me last year. A bunch of my buddies came out here. We were looking for bear, and the weather was not cooperating. We had a very rough time, and you're going to see some of that footage. Hopefully, things are going to be a little bit different this year. So far, it's much better weather-wise, and to hunt these bears, it's very weather sensitive. If it's raining and snowing, you can't get around. You've got to have some clear days. So we're headed that way, and I hope it's a much better time than what we had last year. Now, this trip actually started in the April of 2009. That was when we came out here. You take about a 300-mile flight from Anchorage to Dillingham. And we get there, you can hear the landing gear come down, but it is socked in. No go. They sent us back to Anchorage. This happened 3 times that day. So we give it another shot the next day. So finally the weather breaks and we make it to Dillingham. So we make the snowmobile ride up to the cabin, and actually the riding was fantastic. So we get to the cabin and we unload, and the weather started to change drastically. Well, we spent 3 days in that cabin because of the weather. So finally the weather breaks a little bit. We take off and we're riding along. The snow conditions aren't great. So anyway, next thing you know, Jack got himself a really nice brown bear. It was his first brown bear ever, and Jack was really, really happy with it. And you know, we're like, hey, this is okay. We only came out and hunted for half a day, and Jack got a bear. So we're flying across this lake, and then all of a sudden, you see the slush. But then all of a sudden, the slush disappeared, and we were literally riding on water in the middle of this lake. Darwin was in front of me, and he swamps his snowmobile. And all of a sudden, I swamped my snowmobile. Terry and Jack were behind us, and they saw what was going on, and they hung a hard right and stayed on the ice and went all the way around us, and they got to an island. Well, after about 45 minutes of pulling this snowmobile through 3.5 foot of water, 4 foot of water, and I couldn't feel my feet anymore. And I really started to get worried because I couldn't feel my feet, and they were hurting. So I started walking towards where Terry and Jack were on that little island where they made it with their snowmobiles. From where I started walking to my sled to by the time I got to Jack and Terry,
It was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour, and it was hard walking. And the first thing I did when I got to Terry and Jack was I jumped on one of their machines, and I took my boots off and my socks off, and I said, guys, you need to do me a big favor. And I promised I wouldn't tell them anybody about it, but I had to tell the story. I said, man, you guys got to be rubbing my feet because I can't feel them. And I was really, really, really concerned that I was going to have frostbite. Darwin made a fire. Really, the only plan was for Darwin and Nick, the other guy, to take the machines and try to get back to the cabin and get some rope so we could pull the other 3 machines out of the lake. So they took off across the lake, and we said, good luck, and we knew we were in for a long night. So we basically sat there, kept that fire going, and kept warm and joked with each other for about 24 hours. Those guys came back, and when they got the other machines out, we took off out of there and headed back to the cabin. So anyway, we got to the cabin, and we packed everything up. I did my closing. That was basically it. We put the camera away, and we just wanted to get home.
Presented by Cooper Tires. Confidence, performance, mileage. Don't give up a thing. Antler Ranch. Raising the bar on genetics. The PBR. The toughest sport on dirt. Arctic Cat. More to go on. Browning. The best there is. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. For more information on today's featured products or track and trail approved outfitters, log on to trackandtrailtv.com.